Today we're going to use Dreamweaver CS6 to create a top menu that's centered, and it's going to have a hover effect like this. Let's get started. First thing you want to do is create a new HTML file. Now I'm going to be using some HTML5 tags in this, so I'm going to go ahead and select that HTML5. We're going to create, and we're going to lay out our basic structure of the page first. So let's split it right here so we see what's going on. And in the body, first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a header. So this is HTML5 tag header. And you'll notice I had code hinting come on and completion come on. Now, in Dreamweaver CC, they may have this already. I don't know. But in Dreamweaver CS6, you have to add your HTML5 tags to your library. So you go to your tag libraries, under Edit, Tag Libraries, click your plus, create a new tag library. I call mine HTML5 tags. You can call yours whatever. And then once you've created the library, you'll go back and click your plus sign again. You'll create new tags. And you can Google HTML5 tags and add all your HTML5 tags in there. And after our header, we want to have our top navigation. So this is going to be another HTML5 tag. It's called nav. And we're going to give this an ID. Top nav. And then, of course, after our top navigation, we want to have the main. So we're going to insert us a div tag. And we'll give it ID of main. And one thing I forgot to do is to put this whole thing into a wrapper. So let's go right above header, and we're going to insert another div tag. And we'll give this ID a wrapper. And we're going to delete that. Cut this one out, put it into everything because we want everything we're doing inside this wrapper here. So we're going to complete that one down here. And there we go. Now, so let's give this some color, some width and height so we can see what's going on here. So let's go ahead and click in our header, HTML tag, create a new CSS style. We'll accept the default there. And we're going to give it a background gaudy color like that. And we're going to go to box and we'll give it a height of say 125 pixels. And we're going to untick margin, and we're going to set right and left to auto so it'll center up in the browser rather than be pushed to the left or floated to the left, whatever, to the left. And we'll apply. And let's go to main and do the same thing to it, or something similar to it. We'll accept the default, and we're going to go to background. We'll give it a color, say blue, light blue here. And we'll go to box, and we're going to give it a height. We'll give it a height of, say, 500 pixels. Untick that. Set the left and right to auto so it centers up well. Okay, now all we have left to do is deal with our menu. So let's go ahead and separate the tags here. And in our menu, we're just going to have your basic unordered list. So refresh the properties box. If you don't see your properties box, go to Window, click on Properties. It'll come up. Okay, so unordered list. So we're just going to do the basic one. Let's give our unordered list a ID. Or actually, we'll make this a class because we have multiple list items. IDs, you can set one CSS style per ID. On a class, you can set one CSS style will cover multiple elements, such as our multiple list items. So we're going to set it as a class. And we're going to call this menu. And let's go ahead and go into our list here and give it some names. So we got home, and we'll copy and paste that 4 more times for a total of 5 links. Now let's just go ahead and highlight. Actually, let's change the names here. We'll say home, gallery, about us, and say contact us. And let's have a shop now. All right, now that we have that, let's go ahead and give it some temporary links by using the pound sign. We'll go to the link tool here. We'll just put a pound sign on each one. And there we go. Now we have all our links. So it's time to style our menu, get it looking right. And we will start with our top nav. So we're just going to click on the HTML link there. And we'll accept the default. And we're going to give it a width of 100%. And let's give it a background color as well. Say a light gray. And I forgot to give it a height, so let's give it a height of 33 pixels. And there we go. So we're going to style actually the unordered list menu itself. So we're going to click in it. And again, we're going to remove all this stuff here. We don't need it. We're going to put UL in front of it though, so for readability. So I quickly glance and see that menu belongs to an unordered list. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go to block. We're going to display this as a block. And our links are going to be 100 pixels wide each. So we have a total of 5. We need it to be 500 pixels wide. And we'll set margins all to 0. And we're going to give it 33 pixels in height. Scratch that 33 pixels. We've already done that somewhere else. So our margins are to 0. We have our block to display as block. So click OK there. One thing I did forget is we got to go to list style. We need to remove these bullets here. So we're going to go to list style, none. You'll notice it removed those bullets there. Next thing we want to style is the list themselves. So we'll click in it. And again, we're going to remove all this for readability. We're going to put UL in front here. And the only thing we're going to do here is we're going to set margins and padding to 0. So make sure same for all is checked. So now we're going to style the links themselves. And we're going to remove all this stuff here, but for readability, we're going to include UL and order list in front. Alright, first thing we're going to do is go to block. We're going to text align center. And we're going to display as a block. And then we're going to go to box. If you remember, each one's going to be 100 pixels. We'll float it to the left. And we'll give it a height of 25 pixels. And we'll set the margins to 0. And you can see it all floated to the left. Now you'll notice it's not centered up. It's because under menu, apparently, I forgot to set the margins to auto. Left and right auto. Let's see if that's the case. It is. Let's untick that. Right margin is going to be auto. Left margin is going to be auto. There, it centered it up. All right. Now let's get the hover effect. Again, let's go to our code. Let's click in our link again. Let's create a new CSS style rule. Again, we're going to remove the front. At the end of A, we're going to put colon hover. And then we're going to go to border, to your borders here. We're going to untick all the top boxes. So upon the hover, we're going to have a solid line. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Bottom is going to be solid line. So make it 2 pixels. Let's make it the same color as the top. And now let's see what happens. And there we go.